Good morning on this wonderful St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day. It is also a Tuesday. And we are going to focus today on some breath work / energy work to shift energy patterns. And we're going to do like half with Get Moving and then half with some slower flow to calm the nervous system. So a little, as usual, a little bit mix of everything. That being said, we always start by taking the time to arrive on our mats, settle into this moment, and calm the busy mind. So that being said, go ahead and let your eyes close. Settle yourself into a comfortable seated position with a long, tall spine. Although if today, for some reason, you need a different position, please take it. And once you get there, let's start with that breath. That reliable, ever-present breath. It's such an easy place to land and notice and get curious. What is my breath doing? Am I holding my breath? Am I taking short, small, little breaths? Am I taking those big sighs like, the world is so heavy? First thing is to notice. And then accept exactly where you are. Like, oh yeah, I am doing that sign thing, or oh, I'm holding my breath, I'm tense. I'm like, kind of that cotton throat. So just notice, accept, and then get curious. I wonder why. I wonder why that's where I am today. Not with a sense of judgment, but just honest curiosity. Brought with that love and attention. And then that sense of always being able to nurture the self, to love the self, right where you are. And maybe you do want to shift, like, let's slow down. Let's just sit here and take some long, slow breaths. In and out, one after another, trying to slowly lengthen and match the inhale to the exhale. Keeping it light. Being that loving caretaker to yourself. I've got you. It's okay. And notice as we follow the breath and slow the breath and calm the breath and love the breath, our mind just settles. Giving it this simple thing to do. And as you sit here breathing, as spring is arriving, I'll read you the poem I randomly opened to today out of the book Breath of Joy, and it's called Morning Glories. It's a lovely morning for the glories, Pink petals opened wide. Last night's rain slaked their summer thirst. And today they vibrate with the bees that buzz inside. Theirs is a brief life, blooming for a few quick hours before they're gone. But I don't see a single flower begging for reprieve. They hold their trumpets high as if they have all the time in the world to offer silent blessings to the sky. So we sit here and breathe and shine like morning glories. Let us start our practice with those 3 breaths together. We inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. 2 more times like that. Inhale, breathing down to the tailbone, and exhale. And inhale all the way to the crown. And exhale. And with that next breath, we open our eyes and lift our arms to the sky. Inhaling, hands up, these so familiar sunrise arms. Exhale, hands come down. Again, like that. Inhale, up. Eyes gaze up. Exhale, hands come down. One more time. I love the 3s. Up, stretch, and down. Look down. Now I want you to shift your weight and place your feet right in front of you, hip width apart, and then shift your weight so that you're balanced on your feet in a yogic squat. Now, maybe your squat isn't as low as my squat, or maybe it's lower, or whatever. Wherever you are this morning is fine. And from this yogic squat, we are going to go ahead and come on up to standing. So I wanted to get to standing earlier in our practice today. And then once we're in that standing, feet hip width apart, we're going to go back to that sunrise breath. Inhale up, exhale down. Round the back, drop the arms in front of you, and then up again. Inhale, little arch to the back, exhale, down. One more time like that, really big. Welcome in the day like a morning glory, and down. Now, we talked about energy shifting, and so when life is stressful and you're like, I wanted to put in some simple energy practice, and one we've done before and we're going to do right now is shaking. So I want you to just begin by lifting and lower the heels and begin to shake the body. So as we shake the body, we're shaking up all the cells in our body. We're helping them vibrate. I know it can feel and sound a little crazy, but just stick with me. And shake out your wrists and your arms. Shake out one leg and another. And maybe you even want to jump up and down. We know this vibration is not only good for our cells, our energy body, but also our bones. So just keep shaking. Staying with it a little longer than feels right. Like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Shake, 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 shake. You can do it, stay with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come into stillness. Let your eyes close and just feel what that simple practice did to the body. You might feel a slight buzz, a release, a calming. the sense of the contrast of the vibration and the stillness. Shaking it all off. And now while we're up here, we're going to go ahead and do another one. We're going to do the arms flapping. I'll go ahead and take off this wrap, but you're going to turn right to left and let your arms be loose and just kind of gently slap the body. They're just kind of doing that on their own. Now, if your eyes can go side to side, go ahead. If that makes you dizzy, then just stay looking forward and let your body go. And then, as you get into this, make a forceful exhale on each side. You decide how fast. It's another form of moving energy, shifting energy, changing using breath and body. So you can go quick and then slow it down. Naturally. Till you get back to the center, and again, let your eyes close and just feel what that did to the body. I know you can feel it because I can feel it. Shaking it off. Now I have a few more, but I'm going to throw them in after a little movement. So we're going to come to the tops of our mats, and we're going to go ahead and start some sun salutations. Sun salutations alone are another great way if you just need a quick fix. So I'm showing you like any one of these can help if you only have a few minutes. Or you can put them together like this class. So at the top of your mat, we inhale, both hands up, there's that sunrise. Exhale, prayer through the center, bend the knees. This is our first forward fold of the day. Drop the head, reach the tailbone up, shift side to side, hang those arms, be floppy, bounce a little, shake a little, settle into this forward fold. So we're going to go slow through the sun salutation, and then we'll move through in a more energetic way. From here, inhale halfway, heart reaches forward, tailbone back. Exhale, hands back to the earth. Step back, find yourself in that plank or modified plank, feeling your strength. Shift forward and back, side to side. Doesn't matter whether knees are down or up, you know your body strength. Either way, they come down, knees, chest, and chin, and inhale to a cobra. Release the tops of the feet. Lift that heart. Open the front body. Roll it back down. Tuck the toes. Again, your version of plank, and take it back to our first downward dog. As usual, you know I like to say bend those knees. Yawn the back of the legs to the back of the room. Reach those heels down. Stretch it out. Tailbone points up. Really wiggle and shimmy and ease your way into this forward fold. Make it feel delicious. Chest is reaching for thighs. Opening shoulders. So much going on. From here, look up between those thumbs and walk, step, or jump to that spot. Back to forward fold. Back to halfway. Back to forward fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Hands touch through the heart and back to mountain pose. Now we're going to move through. One breath for each move and flow through this series a couple times. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Back to plank. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths here. 1 more. Even stick out your tongue if you want. Inhale, look up. Walk, step, or jump. Lift the heart back to forward fold. All the way up to standing. Back to mountain pose. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, walk, step, or jump back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal it out. Couple breaths and put in lion's breath. You know the pattern now. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step, or jump. Halfway, forward fold, all the way up. Back to mountain pose. Again, inhale, hands up. A little bit of an arch this time. Look back. Forward fold. Halfway. Back to plank. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths. Again. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. Mountain pose. Now here in mountain pose, let's do another little breath work. Inhale. We breathe up the back of the body, over the head, and then exhale down the front of the body. Again, it's energetic. You have to use your imagination. Again, it can feel weird or strange. Just humor me and see if you can feel it. Inhale, zipping up the back body, that strong back body, melting front body. Inhale up the back, exhale down the front. Again. Imagining that breath circling the body. Zipping up the back and then flowing down the front. Well done. So you may find one of these works really well. You may use them in different situations. So obviously just imagining the breath you can do and nobody knows you're doing it right. Whereas if you're shaking in the grocery line, people might stare. But no matter. Okay, from here, let's add on to our sun salutations. Go ahead and bring the hips back for a seated chair pose. See how deep you can go. The hinges at the knees and the hips. And then let's bring those hands to the heart. Staying here. Belly, tailbone tucks down, belly pulls in. Let's go ahead and reach those hands up and then reach those hands down. Forward fold. Inhale halfway, exhale forward fold. Okay, we're gonna mix it up a little. Step the right foot back and reach the heart forward, drop the hips. So as you know, I don't usually go into it this way, but we are today. From here, we're gonna add a little twist. Low lunge twist, left hand to the sky, belly to the left thigh, reaching back, opening. And left hand back down, left foot steps back, chaturanga, lower down, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog, pedal it out. Now right foot reaches forward, low lunge on the other side, drop the hips, reach the heart forward, look up. And then left hand plants and right hand lifts, belly to thigh. As usual, modify as you need. You can put the knee down. Wringing out that core like we did that, wringing it out, flopping our arms around. Right hand comes back down and step left foot forward. Find yourself back and forward fold. Lower the hips and meet me back in that chair. And then back to mountain pose. Well done. We'll add on a little there. Inhale to chair, hips back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, right foot back. Come on up for high lunge. Hands up, hips down. From high lunge, we're going to reach the left hand back, right hand forward for the twist. Arms spread wide. And then untwist by going to warrior two. Right hand back, left hand forward. Hips turn to the opposite side. Knees reaching out to the pinky toe. Settle down, settle in. Warrior two. Right hand drops, comes around the back as the left hand reaches up and over, reversing our warrior. Look up at that left arm. This right hand can drop down if you need the stability there. And back to warrior two. And we might as well go a little bit further, dropping elbow to knee, arm to ankle or floor for side angle. Hand can come over the head. And if you want more of a challenge, roll the right shoulder back and reach both hands parallel over the head. And then come on back up to warrior two. Cartwheel the arms. And step back with the left foot. Find your chaturanga. Up dog and down dog. Well done. Couple breaths here in down dog. Right foot then steps forward. So we can do the opposite side. Come on up for high lunge here. Right foot's forward, left back, hands up, hips drop. And then we find the twist. Right hand back, left hand forward. And then untwist all the way to warrior two. Making sure that knees tracking, shoulders drop, arms spread wide. Reverse the warrior. Nice stretch. Back to warrior two. To side angle, you pick the variation and the challenge you're looking for today. And then back to warrior two. And back to high lunge. And this we're switching it up. We're gonna step forward back to the top of our mats. Another breathwork pattern up here at the top of our mats. Feet hip width apart. This one is a little more of a chi gong practice. So we're gonna reach our hands together as if we're lifting a ball of energy. Inhaling, bringing it up to the heart. Then on the exhale, as if we're ripping it open, rip open, pull the arms back, and open. On the exhale, the inhale, we come up, and we're going to come up on our tippy toes, and then exhale. Okay? So let's do that together. Inhale. Open. Inhale up onto the toes, and exhale. So that final exhale is forceful. One more set. And then let's bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly and just feel what that has done again. Noticing our practice. Well done. Just seeing what one resonates, what does that feel like? Just being curious about these seemingly crazy practices. These are real practices to move energy, called pranayama, playing with breath. Before we go down to do some yin practice, let's do a little balance. Let's just do this classic balance series set. Let's bring our hands to our hips. Bounce a few times on your heels. Settle in, and then we're going to shift our weight into the left foot. We're going to bring the right knee up, take the right hand, grab that big toe. So you can stay right here. If that's too much, you could always balance on the toe, do a variation of tree. But if you're with me and you were able to grab that big toe, then kick it out, lift the heart as you push out through that heel. And then we're going to rotate it out to the side. If you want to look to the left, go ahead. Then take it back to the center, release it, but keep the leg out in this L shape. Both hands back to the hips to keep them level. I like it, my shirt has that stripe on it, so I can really see if my hips are level. Hold it out there for 5, 4, 3, lift it higher, 2, and 1. Set it down. You know where we're going. Get any wiggles out. And we'll do the same thing other side. Great balancing practice. Balancing on one leg. So settle in now to the right leg. Again, you find where your edge is. It could just be lifting this foot up, playing on one leg. But if you want to stick with me, grab that big toe and then kick it out as far as you can. Rotate it out to the side. Lots of variations. You find yours. Back to the center. Release it, but hold it out there for 5, 4, 3. Keep holding. You can do it. 2 and 1. Set it down. Well done. I want to do a little back bending, but just a standing heart opening. Again, one that you could do anywhere. So you can do this one with your hands in your pocket and supporting that lower back, elbows pull back, and just as your hips move forward over your knees, look up, and maybe you can even look up at that back wall. Now, other variations. If you have more core strength, you can bring your hands to your heart. Same moves. Or you can even bring your hands over the head as you look at that back wall. And then come back up. Go ahead and play with a few different variations, going back and up. Being careful with your body, so don't go too far. Coming back up and doing one more. Well done. We're going to do another energetic practice before we come to our seats. Step your feet a little further past hip width. Bring those hands to prayer. This is what it's going to look like. We're going to make that starfish, arms spread wide. And then come hands through prayer down to yogic squat and then shoot up like a flame. Up and down. Now, maybe your down is just like here. You decide how big this is. The breath will automatically sink. You decide maybe a couple more. And then meet me down here in that yogic squat. Elbows inside knees, hands at prayer, eyes can close. Again, feeling energetically what we've done. Ah, feels so good. Then let's go ahead and sit back. And let's do another balancing pose here. As we sit back, let's come right into a boat pose. Hands behind the knees. And let's point those toes. Reach those hands forward. You can stay here or straighten the legs or keep the support. And then let's drop the feet and give yourself a hug. I'm going to give you 2 more chances on that. So again, 5 breaths. Pick a variation. Lift up. And then hug. Curling inward. And then one more time. And the hug. Now, to the yin practice. Let's drop those knees out for cobbler pose. We're going to hold these a little longer. So you might take the time to plop blocks under the knees for support, or pillows, and you might also have a bolster or a beanbag of some sort in front of you, because we're going to go ahead, first get that long tall spine. We look like a lotus flower here, and then we're going to just let that core of the body come forward. And like I said, it could come to a stack of blocks that you can rest your forehead on, a bolster, or you can always use your body, your arms, stacking wrists, forearms. But find a place where you can hold this pose for a few minutes. So sometimes you might find you go too deep and you need to back out a tiny bit, or you may find out after a minute or so that you can go deeper as your body, the ligaments release and you settle in. So these are big hip openers, so they can bring up, your body might be screaming at you like, why are we doing this? This is dumb, blah, 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 blah. Just say thank you, but We're just going to rest here for right now, body. Reassuring it, it's all going to be fine. Following breath after breath, coming back to that beautiful breath practice. Noticing here as we are curled inward, where is that breath moving? Can you feel it in the front body, in the belly? Can you feel the ribs move? Can you breathe into the back ribs and make them move? Can you let go a little deeper into this challenging pose? Can you love yourself right where you are in the midst of the struggle? Not waiting for things to be better to love yourself, but to love yourself in the messy bits. Wiggling, shifting as you need to, and then settling a little deeper. Let's hold this for maybe 5 more breaths. And then when you're ready, using your arms as support, walk yourself up back to this tall spine. Give your body, your blood, time to recalibrate. Thumbs rest lightly on your inner arches, eyes closed. Again, just like with the breath work, take time to notice what this pose did. Where did it move the energy, open places that have been closed? From here, release the left leg, toes point up. Adjust the sits bones. Right foot on side of left leg, and then we're going to melt over this left leg. Again, use all the props you need. Maybe you want blocks on either side of that leg to rest your forearms on. Maybe you want something to rest your forehead on. Maybe you can melt in half like a tortilla. Quesadilla. Again, once you get into the pose, grabbing where you can grab, see if you can, again, love yourself right where you are. What is it like not to wish for something different, to be just perfectly fine right here, right now? Knowing that breath's always there for you to settle in with. Maybe just noticing what the mind's doing. Maybe you get to this part of the practice and you're like, oh, why am I doing this? There's a tendency to want to turn off the video. Notice that too. Maybe get curious. Why is it a struggle for me to slow down? Maybe you have messaging from childhood. Just get curious. Not judgmental, not just like, oh, that's why. And then reassure yourself, oh, it's okay, we can do this. Remember, you can adjust, you can shift it. And then let's, using the hands, walk back up, get that long, tall spine. Pause here before we switch sides. A deep sigh, a recognition. And then straighten out the right leg. Maybe wiggle, maybe shake the legs. And then bend the left and do this side, left knee out, sole of the foot on the inner thigh, long tall spine, right toes point out, hands and chest slide down this right thigh. Again, find your props. Settle in. Again, curious. Well, this side's whatever, tighter, looser. Well, maybe that's because you're right-legged, left-legged. Maybe you had an injury. Breath after breath, staying right here, right now. Your mind wants to wander and go to to-do lists and stuff. Bring it back. Nope. Staying right here with our yoga practice. Settling deeper, maybe coming back out a tiny bit, going back in. Let's stay here another 5 breaths. We can do it. And then come on back up. This time bring that left foot, again, shake it out, wiggle it out, lift and lower. I want you to bring a little bend into the knees. Hug your arms around those thighs. Look forward with a little smile. And then slide those heels forward. Maybe you can grab the outsides of the foot and just see how far you want to slide forward before you feel that nice stretch. And this nice forward fold. Such a powerful pose. Again, maybe your body's like, ah! Maybe it's like, oh. Yeah, just notice, like, fascinating. The stories we create and tell ourselves. Can you shift the story, the context of the story? Maybe some micro movements, going deeper or less deep. Maybe you're one of the people who your legs actually straighten all the way and you can still stay forward folded. hopefully you're getting some nice ahs, some oohs in here as you settle deeper and deeper into this pose. A beautiful forward fold. And then let's come on back up. Whew, roll those shoulders down and back. Little shaking again. Settling. Well done. Go ahead and bend those knees again. Let's give ourselves another hug. Whew. We are gonna, there's so, a yin practice like this where you slow down and hold the poses can go on and on. Take the time sometime. Again, these are things you can do to regulate your own energy. Hold poses a long time. Do some just nice long holds, and maybe that's what your body's asking for. Okay, we're gonna come to our backs because we do eventually run out of time here. Once you get to your back, go ahead and take the time to rock and roll, releasing that lower back after that long forward folding. Whew. Just saying thank you back. Excellent. And let's reach those legs up. Throw legs up the wall, the imaginary wall. Let's move some energy again. Lift the head, reach the hands forward, and then lower the left and up and right and up. So this gets energy flowing again. You can always bend the knees too to make this more of a bicycle movement. You decide, or you can make it faster with long legs alternating. Moving some energy here. Doing a little core work. Well done. And then bring the knees in, put the head down, rock and roll again. Let's place the feet down and we'll roll up and down to bridge. So hands by the side, palms down. Let's tuck the tail, roll it up, and then let's walk the shoulders in. Clasp the hands under the bottom and see how high you can reach those hips. This is a nice counter pose to that back bending, opening the front body. Now let's follow some breaths. Noticing what parts of the body are moving. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Strong back body, soft front body. Maybe come up on the balls of the feet, go a little higher. Place the heels back down, release the hands, and then we're going to see how slow we can roll it down. Slowly, 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 slowly. Ugh. Spread those shoulders wide again. Walk the feet to the edges of the mat, and then drop the knees to the right and to the left. Windshield wiper legs. And then bring the knees back to the chest. Take your right hand and touch the left knee. So stretch out the left arm as you bring the legs to the right. Bent knees. Eyes gaze to that left hand. And then eyes can close. I'm going to hold this twist. Really letting yourself relax into it, almost like a shavasana. Bringing out the core, earth support the body and hold you, support you, not balancing on one foot. Noticing with each breath how you can sink a little deeper into this relaxing twist. Couple deep sighs before we switch sides. And then very slowly come back center, stretch out that right arm, bring the left hand to the top of the outside of the right knee, find your twist again on this side, and then let the eyes close. Another long hold and twist. Knowing that breath's always there to settle on if your mind wants to wander. Oh, a few more breaths here. Really enjoying this. And then let's come back center. And our final pose here is a happy baby. Oh. Rock and roll, play, smile, stretch. Oh. Whatever feels right. So much freedom in happy baby. And then bringing the knees together, ankle bones together, big toe pads together. Reach your chin up as if you're going to kiss your knees. Maybe you even do kiss your knees. Thanks, knees. Wrap your arms around your shins. Tuck yourself in small. Give yourself a big old hug. Lots of love. Squeeze tight. And then we're going to stretch out all the way to that delicious Shavasana. Our final resting pose. This too is yoga. Oh, seeing what parts of the body touch the earth and seeing if on that exhale we can relax the soft front body, melting into that strong back body, into the bones, into the earth. Some deep sighs, releasing arms and legs, fingers and toes, all the muscles of the face. I'll read the poem and then I'll mind the time for you. Morning glories. It's a lovely morning for the glories. Pink petals opened wide. Last night's rain slaked their summer thirst, and today they vibrate with the bees that buzz inside. Theirs is a brief life, blooming for a few quick hours before they're gone. But I don't see a single flower begging for reprieve. They hold their trumpets high as if they have all the time in the world to offer silent blessings to the sky. As usual, stay in this beautiful resting pose as long as you possibly can today. This pose alone is a great reset. But if you're ready to close, bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Again, noticing. Breathing into our palms as we feel the rise and fall of the belly and the breath and the chest, up and down. The sacred, sacred body. Give yourself a little pat on your heart. I got you. I love you. Honestly, I actually do these things. It's okay. We got this. And then stretch and yawn and wiggle in that pencil pose. Hands over the head. Stretch out the toes. Roll to the right side. Rest your head on your upper arm. As you rest here on your right side, taking this time for gratitude. Gratitude for the whole darn package. Having faith that the struggles are making you stronger and that the pleasures are there for you to fully enjoy. Then push yourself up to seated position. This time we'll bring our hands to our heart. We'll take 3 breaths together in community to close our practice. This time I encourage you to make some noise on the exhale. That can be an ooh, an oh, an om, an amen, whatever you want to say. We inhale, we exhale. You can wiggle, you can shake. Again, inhale. Ah. Last one. That light, that spirit in me honors that in every single one of you. Thanks for showing up for your practice, for spreading love and kindness. Have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. And I'll remind you that these videos, they don't just disappear off Facebook. They go over and live on a YouTube channel now. So if you ever want to repeat one, know they're there for you. Namaste.